Now I will teach you how can you build the 3D model of small roller here. In this drawing we have got the diameter 34 and then the depth of the extrusion here. So we can use at least two methods to build up the models. One is draw a circle, extrude it, and then the fillet we can use the 3D features to make the round corner for the radius 4 mm. And the other one we can use Revolve. In this question you can see we use the Revolve features to create the small roller. So please look at the demonstration right now. First you need to new the part file and then select the right work plane to insert the new sketch. And then you can sketch your center line in the middle first because I want to revolve that axis for the whole. So we can use corner rectangle. And then you can see the dimension here is 12 mm. So we make 12 mm. And then for the hole should be 1.5 because when you revolve it is diameter 3 here. So you can see the smart dimension here is 34 divided 2, and then I think you need to minus the 1.5 because we have got the whole of your half section. So when you zoom to fit, you can see that one we can using the revolve along the center line. So you need to make another smart dimension here because I want to make 6 here, but I use the add equation. Add that relations for the dimension divide by 2. Okay. So when you see the depth, when the depth is 20, it will automatically update because I add the equation here. So I think that one it is very easy for you to use the equation, add equation, because I think that one you just double click and then you can add equation, delete it or edit it. When you finish to do the rectangle, and then you can use the fillet because the round corner should be radius 4. So you can use the sketch fillet for the 4 mm, this edge to this edge, and then take OK. Take to finish. And then you can see that one when you use the 3D features revolve. You can see the revolve axis. You can choose that one. That one maybe you haven't got the hole, but if you choose the center line, because the center line we have got 1.5 mm in between, so we can revolve the hole for the 3 mm. So I think we can zoom to fit to see the evaluate and then measure the hole here, because the hole you can see when you draw the center line 1.5, when you revolve it is 3 mm in the diameter. So I think you can get 2 marks for the revolve, and then you need to do the shell with the uniform thickness of the 3 mm. So you need to rotate into the back view, and then you can use the 3D features for the shell, and then the shell should be 3 mm, and then click into that face and then take OK. So you can see that one is your back isometric view. And then how can we draw the ribs? Draw the ribs, you need to choose that one for the plan and then insert new sketch again, and then press the spacebar to do the back view. And then I will use convert entities because that one is project the previous geometry. That means I can draw the ribs right now, because the ribs we can use the center line and then offset 1.5 on both sides, and then you can draw the ribs and then extrude up to the surface. So please look at the convert entities. I will convert the entities for that edge, not the face. I click to the edge and then that edge and then take OK. So you can have some of the project geometry, because that one convert entities, I will ask you that one is the project the previous geometry. So we have the circle here, so I can project the geometry here. So you can see the back view, I can draw the line in the middle. And then when you draw the line, you can click into that point for the quadrant, because QUA, I think you learned it in your AutoCAD before. So we can use offset to offset 1.5, because the ribs is 3 millimeters thick. So you can use 1.5, enter to make 1, and then you can offset again 1.5, reverse the direction, because it's another direction here. You just click into that one, you can see reverse direction, you can see the yellow one. When you take the reverse direction, you can have the left hand side offset here. Offset is the equal distance in between. So you can see when I create the ribs, I will use convert entities and then draw the center line using offset to do it, and then using the trim to trim the 2D closed profile. Power trim, trim it. Because the trim, you just highlight the unwanted line, you can trim the 2D profile. So you can see that one is my 2D profile right now. So you can see some of the line is not correct, because when you trim it, you need to zoom off the line here. When you trim, so you can make the smart dimension here, or you can fix using the fix to do it, because that one is also the relations. You can click into the fix, or you can click vertical line here. I think that one you need to delete it, because over constraint here. So you can see we can use fix vertical or something to control the line, because that one you can use the vertical to control it and then fix it. So the relations, I fix all of the relation right now, and then press the spacebar to change the orientation into the isometric view and then rotate it, because I want to using the extrude up to surface. Because up to surface, you do not need to choose the reverse direction. So when you just using the extrude base or boss here, you can choose the different direction using the reverse direction icons, or you can use up to surface, because up to surface, that means when I click into that surface, you can see you can do the ribs right now. So when you rotate the object, when you zoom the window, I think the ribs we created, because the ribs you need to use the pattern to do it. The pattern, we are using the circular pattern to do it. Something like when you in the restaurant, we have got a table and seats. I think that one we can use circular pattern. Circular pattern, you can choose the features of the pattern first. That one is the pattern. So I think before you go to the circular pattern, you need to choose the boss extrude here, and then chose the circular pattern. You can see the features is that one, and then the circle should be that one, and then how many incidents, that means how many items, 6. You can see the preview window because we have got the full preview here, and then take OK to finish. So you can use the pattern for the 6 ribs of the 3mm because we use the convert entities to do it, because you can edit it and then see that object, because I think you can edit the features at any time, because you can edit the sketch for the dimension, you can change it, or you can change some of your 3D features because we have got edit features. You can change the access of your Revolve. So I think that one you can use different way to do it. So you can press the orientation spacebar and then isometric view to the front view, and then you can click into that plan and then insert the new sketch again and then type your name. My name is Elsa. I just type Elsa. And then when you type the Elsa, you can use the font size. I think the font size you can use 1.8 or 2mm to do it. And then the location, I think you can make the smart dimension in between that point. That point may be 2.8mm, or you have got that one, the smart dimension, because you need to zoom it. The smart dimension, that one to that point, you can have the 0. So you have got the name, and then using the extrude 1mm or extrude cut to create your name, and then you can click into that features and then do the circular pattern again for the circle, and then that one should be 10 items. You can see the full preview and then take OK to finish it. That's all of the demonstration.